Good morning, guys. It is just after 10 a.m. on Friday, the 2nd of September 2022. I was just having a look at the Excel forecasting that I had done before, and I realized that now that we are up to week 20 in terms of the value invested, my labeling of the weeks here was off. I hadn't called the first week 1 previously, so I've actually had to go back and fix that. So I've actually got a week 0, if you like. The initial investment should have been week 1, but just to stick with the naming that I had used before, I've decided just to add in a week 0. The other thing I was working on here was this price forecast. Now initially I had used the initial purchase price, so at that very first investment I used that, and then I tried to kind of forecast from there forward. However, as you'll see, when I actually look at the trend line, there's only certain points where the trend line crosses the actual price, and that really would have been the right point to begin to try to forecast price from. Now, let me just double check, but as far as I can tell, there hasn't been a time where the trend line has actually crossed the graph since I had started investing in April. I think the first investment was the 8th of April, which is somewhere here. And so the trend is actually quite a bit higher than what that shows. So actually I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrub that column. It is not reliable, and it's not going to be reliable, so we'll get rid of that. I suppose to some extent a lot of investing is really about trial and error, isn't it? You know, there's no hard and fast with it. Oh, sorry, the other thing I wanted to do is just to show you where we are at roughly and where we are predicted to be. So currently, before today's investment, we are sitting at 25.20 invested, and hypothetically the value should be in around 25.74. With the weekly growth, we're going to be putting in another 120, which will bring the the investment, the amount invested, to 26.40, and then hopefully we should see portfolio value in around 2,700. So let's switch across to the market, which is open. I think I did see a notification to say that I think it was Monday is a bank holiday in the States, so there'll be no trading then. As you can see by the red at the end there has been a bit of a pullback over the course of the last week or 10 days maybe. things seem to have begun to recover very slightly this morning, up 1.3% ish. The S&P yesterday actually was down quite significantly by the time it closed in the UK. It was a down day in the United States up until close to the end of trading, and it actually closed positive 0.3% yesterday over there. So I'm not at all surprised to see a bit of a positive move this morning in the UK, bearing in mind this is prior to US market open. As I've said before, this is what I regard as the trend line, basically where fair market value would be. So as far as I can see here, currently we are trading at a substantial discount. I'm going to put in our weekly £120 worth of theoretical investment into the S&P 500 ETF. This one provided by Vanguard, but others are available. Currently priced in around £65.29. It's just jumped. And once I send that, let's see how much that changes the average price by. So the average price up to now was 62.64. We'll send it, wait for it to execute, and then we'll see the move, hopefully. So we were at 62.64. Hopefully this is going to update in the not too distant. Let me just check if that has indeed executed. I missed. Yeah, it has, yeah. So why are we not updating here? 62.64. Let me flip back to this, back to here, try and provoke it to adjust. It doesn't seem to want to play at the minute. And actually I noticed down here you can see portfolio 2744. This hasn't updated. What if we do this? No. Okay, let's try something else. We could just add on another. Let's have a look at Amazon, for instance. I'll change that to a view that I'm more familiar with. Let's look at it over a longer period of time than just a day. Let's put it to a week. So this is Amazon going back to May 17. So there was a great year there. 2017, a lovely year for Amazon. 2018, a bit of a pullback and kind of flat for a while, and then when was this? April 2020, things took off. Alright, so that was COVID, if you remember. Actually, there was a very slight slump, and then they just completely rocketed. Throughout most of 2020. Things were good for Amazon during COVID. I suppose that's no great surprise. And then more recently, a little bit of a a pullback there since the end of last year. Nothing really too surprising about that. Let's jump back to the ETF and see if anything has changed. And it hasn't. Right. Don't usually like to do that, but I suppose we could hit refresh and see what happens. This is letting you see the platform a little bit as well. As you can see there, practice showing up. Because it is the practice mode. I am not trading here with my own dollars, so to speak. I do have money in the stock market. I am part of the FIRE movement, but I don't want to reveal publicly my own personal finances. I'm sure most people can understand that. Okay, so this has updated now by refreshing the page. So as you can see, there's the value of the investment. Now taking account of that extra £100 invested, the average price has risen slightly because the previous average price was lower than the current price, so whenever you add more in, that brings it up. And the current return is sitting at around about 4%. So if I just switch back to the Excel prediction, so remember that what have we got there? 2743, nearly 44. Let's just switch back and see what the Excel prediction was for week 21. Yes, so that's the value of the portfolio, and we said 2744 roughly we're sitting at. So we're actually by that measure, the market appears to be performing outperforming actually the prediction at 10% as things stand at present. Now it's only been less than 6 months since we started this FIRE journey. However, as you've already seen if you've been following, there are ups and downs along the way. That is completely normal. Is to be expected, and there's nothing at all unusual about that. It's part of the process, and as you have more invested in the market, the more you will see the effect of that volatility on the portfolio value, simply due to the fact that you're holding a greater number of shares. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, I would ask you to like the video, and if you wouldn't mind subscribing as well, that would be fantastic. Until next week, have a great day.